While the search for Jelani Day's body is over, the family's attorney is adamant that Jelani was the victim of foul play, and they remain hopeful that the FBI will find a suspect as they've now gotten involved in the case. Reasons why Jelani's story went unreported for so long is what is being referred to as missing white woman syndrome. Now, the phrase was coined by the late great newscaster Gwen Ifill, and it calls attention to the media's propensity to focus solely on missing white women while ignoring the vast amounts of missing black people who today account for over 30% of the missing. Now, if this reporting is indeed a syndrome, then we're going to look at some of the symptoms of our society and how Black Americans are treating it, because there are organizations and individuals who are now circumventing standard investigatory procedures and reporting today in a new do-it-yourself era.
Daniel Robinson is a young black man. He's only 24 years old, 5'8", 165, black hair, brown eyes. That's his description. His dad has hired a private investigator to find him.
Once his vehicle was found and the way it was found, it just didn't look right. It didn't sit right with me. That's why I ended up getting my own private investigator.
A father driven, like many Black Americans, to hire out or become a private investigator themselves to find missing loved ones.
But it's important that you see that she had family, and she has people that love her and go to bat for her.
Right now, I want to be able to say, I've exhausted everything I possibly can, every idea, every suggestion, and every thought trying to find this child.
Taking matters into their own hands and seeking resources and turning to Black organizations like the Foundation for Missing People of Color directly.
We've worked with thousands of families across the United States, and since our inception, we've helped reunite or bring closure to over 400 families.
Arizona news anchor Chandria Thomas has made the cause her side hustle through her Intrigued Full Effect podcast to help families find their loved ones.
If I can do my part as far as having this podcast, I can tell any story I want about whoever I want, however I want, for however long I want to.
Actions taken as missing people of color are very seldom part of the broader media, thus a general disparity in coverage. And where exactly is the white collective in support of Black do-it-yourselfers? White America has proved to quickly post the sturdy social justice hashtags or post a black box on Instagram in solidarity. In 2019, Netflix released a true crime docuseries called Don't F with Cats: Hunting an Internet Killer. It was about a white Facebook group who sought out a killer after he live-streamed the murder of a feline. It won a Primetime Creative Arts Emmy Award, and its trailer on YouTube has almost 3.6 million views. Leah Gordon's YouTube channel, Black Girl News, breaks unreported crime stories relating to Black women and Black girls. Now, most of her videos are in the low hundreds of thousands. However, her story of 28-year-old YouTuber Brianna Johnson, who was found dead in the trunk of her car, well, it has over 1 million views. That gap in viewership speaks volumes. Is it an imbalance in resources? Is it a lack of celebrity? Or do Black rights, and in this case missing persons of color, do they simply not get the same groundswell human rights support when compared to something like animal rights issues? Answers can be found in history, in particular parts of the segregated South, where some road signs read, "No Jews, no dogs." And some Black residents can recount how that signage wouldn't even bother to include Black people. Road signs are rules, and the manhunt to find the celebrity cat killer was based on one very important rule.
Rule 0. Don't f with cats.
So will white America ever apply that unwritten rule to its Black citizens? And as seen with singer and celebrity Kelly Price, what unwritten rules should Black citizens question and hold accountable within? Okay, joining me now is one of the very few people whose work you saw in the film. Leah Gordon is of Black Girl News, and also with us is Minnesota State Representative and member of Minnesota's Task Force on Missing and Murdered Black Women and Girls, Miss Ruth Richardson. Also with us, Vontria Palmer Mobley. She's the mother of Brittany Palmer, who was last seen in Jacksonville, Florida in August of 2020. Ladies, welcome you all to the show. Ventria, I want to start with you. At this point, you are literally boots on the ground. You are walking around Jacksonville. You're wearing T-shirts. You're holding up photos of your beautiful daughter, and you are offering out cash rewards upwards of $5,000. Tell me about the circumstances that have brought you to that position.
This year made a year that she's been missing. I haven't got very much of any answers. And when I came out with the reward, I feel like a lot of people will start talking. Somebody would say something, just trying to get answers.
We know that the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office report that your daughter was last seen in August of last year, and then you received a call from her cell phone. Tell us a little bit about what that experience was like and what happened after that.
Monday morning, about 3 a.m., I get a call, but I didn't hear a call. So I was like, okay, she woke me up. I'm going to call her, and I'm going to wake her up 6:30 in the morning on my way going to work. Call back. Wait a minute, this is not Brittany. The lady hung up in my face. I found out where this man's mom stayed. I found out her name. I was like, basically like, hey, I'm giving the detectives all the information they needed. Numbers, everything they needed. And I feel like they're doing their job, but they're not doing their job. Like, Brittany's just like, okay, she's just missing. She'll turn up.
I think that's where these alternative mechanisms of outlets and platforms become so helpful, like the work that Leah is doing. So Leah, I know you started a fantastic YouTube channel where you actually report on so many of the stories that go unreported about Black and missing girls. What led you specifically to do this incredible work, Leah?
Well, I saw a need for it. I'm very passionate about helping those who look like me. My first story was about a 28-year-old realtor who was lured to a fake house showing and killed. I have several friends that are realtors, and I thought we needed a platform to highlight these stories so that we could prevent these things from happening again, and so that justice will be served for the victims.
Yeah, the politics of visibility are indeed powerful. I know you know that all too well, Representative Richardson. You are part of Minnesota's historic task force, the first actually in the whole nation to focus on missing and murdered Black women. What can you tell us about where the task force is now and what discussions and timelines you may have?
The legislation just passed and was signed into law this past legislative session. So with the appointments, we are waiting for the first convening to begin. We'll meet for the next 12 months. And with that committee, we will be looking at centering the voices of individuals who are closest to the pain of this issue. So hearing from the families that have been impacted and having them at the table as we're talking with all of the different systems that play a role in the underreporting, the under-resourcing, and finding Black women and girls. And the one thing that I will say that is just heartbreaking, the story, Ventria, that you're sharing today about your daughter, Brittany, I would hope that would be an isolated incident, but from what we have been hearing and what we have been seeing, the response of law enforcement so often is not enough. And we have seen too many Black families forced to undertake their own investigations.
Ventria, before we go, your personal experience is just so it's so moving and it's so tremendous. So I want to make sure you have the last word here. What would you leave our audience with when it comes to where they can show up and be effective in making sure that these young girls, like your sweet daughter Brittany and other Black girls and women, have a voice and have some resources and a support system?
My thing is, starting with us as parents, just try to know where our girls are at all times. Even if it's just a phone call to say, hey, even if you're leaving to go to the store or you with a friend, call someone, let somebody know something. That it kind of breaks my heart because I knew my daughter called me every day and let me know where she was. I feel us now as a community, we need to stick closer to us as women. We stick close. I know God made no mistakes. That's my number one. God make no mistakes. Whatever he decide, I'm at peace. I am. But my number one goal, I just want to find Brittany. I really want to find Brittany.
Hey y'all, now for full episodes of Revolt Black News, tune into Revolt TV. And if your cable provider doesn't carry it, make sure you reach out and let them know that you're trying to join the revolution. I'll see y'all every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, only on Revolt.